Hi everyone, welcome back to Peaceful Oracle. This is your weekly Oracle card reading for the week of August 2nd to August 8th. Okay, so this week is the first thing that I felt when I tuned into this energy was I heard ocean waves and I heard the words quiet contemplation. And I think that August in general, from what I've been feeling when I'm doing the monthly zodiac sign readings and these weekly readings that are coming up, I have the strong sense that August is an incredibly creative, expressive month. And it's kind of mixed in. It's a mixed bag of things kind of coming to the surface, like things that we need to heal still. But at the same time, it doesn't really seem to be taking center stage. It seems to be something that kind of comes with us digging in or delving into things that we really love doing or really want to explore and want to open ourselves up to. And I think the reason old wounds or things, that kind of residual stuff that needs to be, looked at comes up when we do that is because in order for us to be able to fully allow ourselves to enjoy the moment or enjoy a new path that we're walking, you may end up encountering that like you're still attached to some things that you need to let go of. So it's not so much about, this strong focus on this quiet. I know I heard quiet contemplation, but I'm not seeing hermit mode. Like I'm not seeing this spiritual retreat. I'm just seeing kind of like, observing or seeing as things come up to the surface that you'll kind of say to yourself, oh, I guess that's still there. And okay, well, I have this wound there, or I still seem like I'm a bit insecure here, or this is triggering me here and I didn't know that was still there. So I need to kind of address this real quick and so I can kind of get back to my work. So I kind of see that kind of energy coming up. But for the most part, August in general is an incredibly creative month. That's the energy that I keep picking up on. And a lot of us, regardless of what zodiac sign we are, it kind of feels like for those of us, it's like there's this door, there's this portal opening. And I feel like there's this renewal of hope as well. I feel like there has been quite a bit of stagnancy and delays and a lot of people feeling isolated and kind of asking themselves, where did I go wrong, or what am I doing wrong, or what am I doing not enough of? And I'm hearing that it's not so much about that. It's just the shifting of energy. And sometimes it's just divine timing where it's not time yet for something to kind of really take form or take shape. And I feel like a lot of us have been waiting for a very long time for things to kind of finally show up physically in the physical realm. So I think that this month of August for quite a few of us, it'll start kind of taking shape. Things that we've been trying to build, we'll start seeing kind of like a response. We'll start seeing, the external world responding to some of the work that we've been putting out, or even just kind of allowing ourselves to walk through hurdles or go around hurdles, and staying focused on our dreams and goals. And I like how in that beginning of the week, we have keep your dreams alive. So there's this reassurance or this nudging of don't give up on yourself, and don't lose faith, don't lose hope that that things are going to work out. And I know that sounds kind of cliche, and I'm kind of sensing that some of you are kind of sick of hearing that as well, because it just sounds so, I don't know, like it just kind of especially if things haven't been working out or things have been kind of feeling like, well, everyone says that and it doesn't really, I'm kind of seeing, I'm feeling a little bit of like a hopelessness. And I feel like that is because there has just been so much that's been happening. And I think that it's kind of like our tanks are full, like our reserves are full. And there's kind of almost like a flushing or a cleansing or clearing of all that negative energy or all the buildup of frustration and stress and anger and sadness and grief and loss. And it's almost like a lot of us kind of need a little bit of decompressing. And now I'm seeing that vision again of ocean waves and the words quiet contemplation, because I'm kind of feeling like there might be a need for a reset so we can kind of renew our faith and hope in, our goals. And so it's not so much about giving up on something. It's more about taking a break and kind of clearing and cleansing and then coming back to it and coming back to what we originally had planned for ourselves. And kind of that will kind of re-spark that creative fire. What do we have coming up for the middle of the week of August 2nd to August 8th? Acceptance of love. You're worthy. You are worthy of love. I think that what I'm hearing is that a lot of us have it, or there's this tendency. Contemplation. Wow. And I love how she's in water. I mean, it's not technically not ocean waves, but there is that water element. Yeah. So there might be that need for retreat. I love that. I love these two cards because that's, it's confirmation for the two words that I was hearing, quiet contemplation with ocean waves. But with the acceptance of love, what I was hearing was sometimes I think that when we feel like there's not a lot of love present in our lives, or we don't feel loved, or we don't feel like we're worthy of love, it tends to put kind of like a block or a hindrance on other areas of our life. So if we kind of have this general sense that we're unlovable, I think that it really does block us. It blocks our perception of what we believe we deserve. And so we don't go after, or we kind of lose steam very quickly. Like we'll kind of set off on a goal or a dream or want something, and then it'll kind of teeter pretty quickly because that energy is not there. That support is not there. And I think maybe this contemplation or this kind of needing to sit for a second and take a look at why we believe that. Or if you believe that, if that's you, if you're someone who believes that there's not a whole lot of love in your life, and not just romantic love, just the feeling of, am I worthy of love? Am I worthy of these things? And I'm feeling like that there is more love around you than you can see or you can feel at the moment. That it's there, that presence is there. Whether it's in a spiritual realm or it's, people that kind of have that love for you from a distance, but they don't say it enough. But there is this kind of like needing to feel loved, needing to feel like, you matter. So there's some self-worth and self-love that's needed here for this week. I think that's very important going forward, is to kind of be in this state of, why do I matter and do I matter? There's going to be a lot of this like contemplating. There's going to be a lot of this thinking. And maybe for some of you, there's going to be a need to use your voice. There may be a need for you to vocalize how you feel to somebody or even maybe through journaling or writing things down, kind of sorting through thoughts, there's almost like this brainstorming or kind of like organizing your thoughts to make sure that you're kind of in the right space and clearing out the clutter. Because I think a lot of you can sense that something is happening, that there's this new paradigm that is coming in. I know I've been able to feel it. Like there is something kind of brewing. Something's happening. And I think it's really important to not numb out anything that we know, that if we kind of just allow ourselves to be able to acknowledge the presence of it, like the presence of a certain feeling or emotion or experience, and telling the truth about how we feel about it, that in itself, just the simple acknowledgement that this feeling is here and I have this. I'm not really sure what I want to do about it, but it is there. And then like kind of allow it to be there. So if like there's some of us that kind of feel like, oh, I don't really necessarily feel loved. Just kind of acknowledging I don't feel loved and just sitting with that and not really believing it, or kind of like don't give too much energy into it, but just kind of like allowing ourselves to just be like, okay, well, this is here, or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be that. I'm just giving an example. So like whatever's coming up for you this week, you may find that things are coming up for you in that way, that there's some truths that we need to look at. There's some things that we need to kind of allow ourselves to like take a dip in those emotions. Like I like how she's just kind of putting her feet in the water, like she's sampling, she's testing out. Water is often a symbol for our emotions. So it's kind of like playing around with how we feel about certain things. So it seems like a very emotional, exploratory week this week. And I feel like that might set the stage for the rest of the month in August. You may find that there's a coming alive emotionally this month because there's so many things that might end up coming to the surface. But it all seems like it's happening for the benefit of what's to come as the months unfold. Kind of like riding the wave of what's coming up. Okay, so that is your weekly Oracle card reading for August 2nd to August 8th. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you feel called to do so, and if this reading has really resonated with you, because it's so helpful for the channel. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you for next week. Bye, everyone.